Hi, welcome to Adventures with DaPrius. I'm your host, DaPrius, and we've got another trip planned. So the mission here is to show you guys how living out of your Prius and traveling and having adventures. That's what it's all about, fun. I'm planning right now a 21 day adventure starting here in Miami and heading over to Naples, Florida, heading north to Crystal River, beautiful place up here in northeast Florida, heading over to a place called the Villages, which is a 55 plus community that's really swinging in the middle of the state, heading back up to Jacksonville, see an old friend of mine from high school, heading up to Charleston, South Carolina, check out that area, and head across to Atlanta via Augusta, Athens, and then Atlanta, where I'm going to pick up my granddaughter, take her up to the Blue Ridge Mountains for a week, stay in a cabin up there. Not really a cabin, it's a big house. Then come back down and go to Orlando, show her Universal Studios, and then come back home later on in July. We want to do the 4th of July in Ellijay, Georgia, a small town up in Georgia where we go every year to see the fireworks in a small town. And we'll be sure to bring you all the adventures as we go along. This episode is about preparation, what I do to prepare. And I've broken down into 5 steps for preparation. So that's what this is about. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I send out one of these little vlog tapes. And I'm going to be sending a lot now that I'm going to be traveling a little bit this summer. During the school year, I'm a school teacher. During the school year, I don't get to go out that much, so the blogs kind of peter out. And but this year, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try and send one out every day, depending on where I am, and do a little video about them, about the place I'm at. So the first thing we do, number 1, you need to figure out where you're going. Set an itinerary. Decide how the trip is going to go. How many days you're going to be gone, where you're going to go. How long does it take to get from A to B? Do you really want to drive that long, or do you want to stop somewhere in between and break down the drive? See, I don't like to drive that much. I don't do 6-8 hour drives. That's not for me. 200 miles, that's good. You know, if I can make it less than 200, that's even better. I like to get up early, drive to the place, enjoy the day, and find a place to sleep that night, and move on to the next place the next day. Step 2, I clean the car. I get the car detailed. I get it waxed. I get it perfectly clean. I take everything I don't need out of the car, and so I have a blank canvas, if you will, on which to put everything in. Okay, so step 2, clean the car. Get it nice and ready to go. I've checked the computer, everything's working fine, the tires are good. I'll be filling it up with gas the night before and be ready to go. Number 3 is, what are your needs? I look at my needs. First, I'm going to need some clothes. Now, what I do is I lay out all the clothes that I want to take with me, and then I cut it in half. I find that, You know, sometimes I say, well, I'm going to need 2 or 3 pairs of jeans. End up wearing the same pair all week. So I'm going to cut this time. I'm going to try laying everything out that I want and cutting it in half. Bedding. I've got the same bedding I have is a 2-inch dog bed. There's 2 of them put end to end that gives me the whole length of the Prius, and I put a sleeping bag on that, and I sleep on top of the sleeping bag with a sheet over me, and that's perfect. Now, I recently bought a pad that you don't have to fill up. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's not that thick, you know, but we'll see. We're going to experiment this trip, see how it works. If it doesn't work, we'll throw it out. So the next thing you need, you have, let's see, you have clothes, you have bedding, food. Now, part of this trip is going to be enjoying the local cuisine. So what I plan to do is just take breakfast stuff. I love to have my coffee in the morning. So I'm going to set up a little coffee, maybe a little oatmeal with some dried fruit, and which will get me through the day until I have an early dinner. So part of my journey is going to be to find a place to eat the local cuisine. And I'll share that with you as we go along. Devices. What am I going to take? I like to take my iPad for the evenings. Before I go to bed, I like to watch some Netflix or something. Take my phone, take my camera, my tripod, my audio, and charging devices, you know, to charge them with. So that's about it. And the last thing you need is medicine. Now, I don't take a lot of medicine. I take a lot of supplements. I take vitamin E, I take vitamin D, I take vitamin C, I take a cholesterol pill, an aspirin, and that's about it. So I have a nice little, those little day-by-day things filled up. So I'm going to take a couple of those, and that should take care of all my medicine. And a system. As you put everything in its place. The rule of thumb when traveling like this is everything has a place and a place for everything. So as long as you keep everything put in its place, you'd be surprised how you can lose something in such a small area. It's like, I know I had that can opener here. If you don't put it back exactly where it belongs, you're going to end up looking for it or leaving it. So everything, find a place for everything, have a system. The way I do it is I have a place for my devices, I have a place for my clothes, I have a place for my medicine, I have a place for my food, I have a place for my kitchen. So everything that's kitchen related goes there. Everything that's clothes related goes there. And that means dirty clothes and clean clothes. So, you know, everything in its place, a place for everything. And the last one is to pack the car. Now you want to pack the car so you have as much room as possible. Now sometimes I travel with both seats up and all the stuff in the back. Sometimes I travel with the seat down and the bed made, and so I have an empty seat that I put all my stuff in, so my passenger seat's available. So it all depends on how you want to do this as far as packing. You can pack it however you want to. Just remember where everything is and where everything goes. And the last thing about that is to keep everything clean. You know, you don't want to bring dirt in, so you take your shoes off before you get in. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can get notification. And please comment. If there's a place along my route that you would like me to go visit or suggest that I go see, please do. This is adventure for both of us, so I hope you enjoy the adventure, because you know I will. For Adventures with the Prius, it's Lewis. Peace, and see you on the road.